Happy 4th of July. This is the Overnight Line Shift with Ian Cameron. I am Drew Martin. We're going to get right into it. Game number 909-910, Arizona versus LA. We got Godley versus Wood. Alex Wood has been great, Ian, but he not great enough to command the minus 300 opener. Bet all the way down to about minus 220 right now. So Arizona, the underdog, taking some money. Total is 7.5, maybe 8. You got to shop around for the total. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, this one. This whole series, of course, is interesting. Diamondbacks, Dodgers, it's really your first place showdown in the NL West, only a couple of games separating these two teams. Arizona's the surprise. I'm not sure we all anticipated them to be in a chance to win the NL West this deep into the season. Dodgers, not so much. We expected the Dodgers to be here. But Zach Godley, like I said, he's pitching like a god right now, like a pitching god, because he's been great. He's been absolutely terrific lately for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And a lot of his peripherals are good too, Drew. So it's not like this guy is pitching, lucky or fortunate. He's gotten strikeouts. He's minimized the walks. He's not given up as many hits, not even close as he did earlier in the season. So there's a lot to like about Zach Godley. 3.20 ERA last 3 starts, 2.84 ERA on the road. That's good news. He's faced the Dodgers just once in his career. That was last season. Gave up 3 runs in 6 innings. That's not bad. Arizona didn't win that game, but still it was a decent effort from Godley against this Dodgers team. It's a much different Dodgers lineup, though, this year. Of course, Cody Bellinger, really him joining this lineup's transformed this Dodgers team into just a tremendous offensive group. Alex Wood, what can you say? I mean, he's pitched every bit as good as Clayton Kershaw lately for the Dodgers, if not better. Look at how consistent he has been. Last 8 starts for Wood. How about 1 run or less in 7 of those last 8 starts allowed by Alex Wood? He's been absolutely fantastic. The Diamondbacks against lefties has been a little bit of a sore spot for them, Drew, hitting 237 as a team, just 3.9 runs per game against the Southpaws. As much as I like Godley and as much as the price looks very tantalizing here on Arizona, I'm not sure I trust them the way their bats to hit Alex Wood, the way he's been pitching. So I'm not looking to go against the Dodgers here in this one, but again, you're paying a price with Wood and the Dodgers, especially at home these days. Big one.
Yeah, and we got Johnny in the chat box. Wow, open minus 300 may look at Godley at that dog price. Actually, that dog price, I guess, what it opened at is not there anymore. It's been bet all the way down to pretty much minus 220 across the board. So you can probably find Arizona at a flat plus 200 price right now. I think it will actually keep moving that way. Just, Wood is really good, but I don't know if he commands minus 225 price tags. But we'll move on. 911-912. Your Toronto Blue Jays, Ian, with Estrada on the hill going against the New York Yankees. And with Pineda, looks like about minus 135, depending on what book. WagerWeb's up to minus 139 on the Yankees. A 9.5 total, little AL East showdown. Is Toronto in rebound mode, Ian?
Well, I'm going to save a nice Toronto Blue Jays rant for our Wednesday sports betting roundtable show, Drew, tomorrow, talking about Rogers and the Blue Jays and the 2 of them combined and what a complete and utter disgrace and embarrassment they were to Canadians on Canada Day weekend and their 150th birthday. It was a complete joke as far as I'm concerned, what we saw, that crap-ass product over the weekend against the Boston Red Sox. You're going to hear it from me on Wednesday. Big-time rant coming from Ian Cameron. So if you want a reason to tune into the roundtable on Wednesday, there it is. We've got the Yankees and the Blue Jays coming up.
I can't wait for that rant, man. I can't wait.
I have to get some things off my chest. And it's not just about the team on the field. It's about Rogers, the way they're raking in money. They don't spend it now, and the fact they're charging tons of ridiculous prices for merchandise, for food and drinks at Blue Jay games. Anyway, tomorrow we get into it, and it's going to be a good one. Speaking of the Jays, they're actually winning. Last check. Drew, here on this Tuesday, July 4th game against the Yankees. 4-1 lead in the 8th inning for Toronto last I looked. So they're finally getting some offense. Hap pitched well, but still, they got 4 runs, I believe, in 1 inning and nothing since. So it's still a Jays lineup that, let's be honest, Josh Donaldson's done nothing this year. It's been a disappointing year for him. Troy Tulowitzki looks like he's old in the tooth, on the downward slope a little bit. Kendrys Morales, after a great first month for the Jays, he's done nothing since. This is a lineup that's difficult to trust. Pineda's difficult to trust, though, Drew. Have you seen the up and down nature of Michael Pineda for the New York Yankees? It's not been pretty whatsoever. It's good start, bad start, good start, bad start. I believe he's coming off a good start last time out. I think it was against Houston. if you follow the pattern, that means he's due for a bad start here against the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Jays have had success against Pineda, especially recently. So maybe they can get some runs. I do think the Yankees can hit Estrada. I mean, Estrada was a guy I pinpointed as a bet against pitcher weeks ago on the round table, and he's really struggled, got crushed by the Yankees the last time he faced them in June. So I think the Yankees going to be able to score. Jays might be able to get to Pineda a little bit because, again, usually when Pineda's had a good start, he's followed it up with a stinker. And if that's the case, and if that trend follows, he's probably going to be roughed up a little bit here. So early lean probably is over 9.5. Day game in Yankee Stadium, maybe the ball carries a bit more. Maybe we see some runs scored.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be heating up in like the DC area. I haven't looked at the New York weather for tomorrow, but yeah, I wouldn't talk you off of that. With two righties on the hill in Yankee Stadium for a day game, we know the ball's juiced, and when the Northeast gets a little hot and humid, the ball can fly out of there. But for the sake of time, we got to move on. 9:15, 9:16, Boston versus Texas. We got Doug Fister versus Cashner. I like this over, even though it's 11. We got a double-digit total in Texas. It's hot there. I like this towards the over, and I could see 11.5s before first pitch. Looks like Texas minus 107, minus 105 at Bet Chris. Do you like a side or a total in this one, Ian?
Yeah, I'm not sure I trust Doug Fister in this ballpark. I mean, he's been okay, I guess, in his 2 starts back with Boston, but nothing fantastic. I mean, he's given up 6 runs, 11 hits, and 11 innings of work in 2 starts against the Angels and Blue Jays. Now we'll see how he fares here on the road, taking on Texas. And if you look at Doug Fister's Texas, Drew, he's faced this team a lot. Let's not forget, pitched in Detroit for a few years, pitched with Houston for a bit in same division. So Texas has seen him a lot. He didn't exactly fare well here in this ballpark. You look at three of his last 5 starts in Texas, dating back to 2012. He's given up 5 runs or more. So it's been a little bit of a tough go for Doug Fister in this ballpark here in Arlington. So that would be a little bit of a concern for me if I'm backing the Boston side. But I'm not sure I want to go against Boston from a side perspective right now, Drew. This is a team playing good baseball. As I just mentioned, they swept the Jays. They won the first game of this series against Texas last night in extra innings. Good character win for the Red Sox. Blew a 5-2 lead. Texas tied it up. Boston comes back in the 11th inning, gets a 2-run bloop single from Andrew Benintendi, and they get that win 7-5. So good bounce back from Boston after blowing that lead. Andrew Cashner, not exactly a guy I trust either. I mean, look at his last 2 starts at Cleveland and Houston, pretty of the ugly variety. 9 runs, 16 hits, 9 innings. That's about what we expect from Andrew Cashner, a guy that clearly hasn't lived up to the billing or showed early signs of promise in his career with the Padres, but it's been a steady downward slope for Andrew Cashner ever since. Yeah, I mean, if someone's interested in the over, I wouldn't talk them out of this one. Boston's bullpen, though, it's a little tricky because usually they're pretty good for the most part, but this is a game where we might see the pitchers, especially on the starters end of it, struggle.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we got a couple guys in the chat. Magooster saying, oh, Canada. Hey, guys. So I guess he's talking to you, Ian. Just Canada just happening. And Jared Schrader. I also like the over in that game. So Jared, it sounds like, is with me and somewhat with you. But hey, guys, we got some viewers out there, and if you're watching on replay, please give us some love, thumbs up, the like button. It really helps us out. But 925, 926, last game on the card. We got San Diego versus Cleveland, Perdomo versus Bauer. Today's game went off at Cleveland. Damn, as high as minus 346 at WagerWeb. Right now on the SBR odds screen, it's Cahill versus Kluber. So just to show you how much starting pitching is changing this line, because San Diego has Perdomo on the hill versus Bauer, and it looks like Cleveland's only commanding a minus 220, minus 221 at WagerWeb. So big difference in the starting pitchers from tonight's game to tomorrow's game. And of course, we're going over tomorrow's card, trying to get out in front of the line moves. Perdomo, he has 15 walks throughout all of his starts in June. He's a guy I like, Ian. But you know, these young guys that throw hard, the high ceiling guys, if they can't find the strike zone, it's a tough ask to just bet on them that they'll find the strike zone. I've had a lot of trouble with that in the past, and I've kind of stayed away from that. So I don't see myself being involved as far as a side in this game. If I was, it would be on Cleveland. It's tough to recommend minus 200 plus, but I could see the over. You know, San Diego's lineup isn't god-awful on the road, and they do get to add in the DH, and of course Cleveland's lineup there. So Bauer has some issues, has had a few issues as well. So I think Perdomo could struggle finding the plate, and I kind of like another over here. You can find it 9 flat, -115, both at Heritage and Chris. Do you in agreement, or what do you liking, Ian?
Well, yeah, 9 walks in his last 17 innings for Perdomo. And again, he's been a guy I've talked about a couple of times as having potential. There's no question about it. But, it's just been a little bit of an ongoing struggle for him at times to rein it in and put it all together at the same time. I mean, you look at now his last 5 starts. 4 walks, 2 walks, 2 walks, 5 walks, 2 walks, just too many control issues right now, even though he's done a good job minimizing the runs allowed. I mean, he's now allowed 4 runs or less in each of his last 4 starts, given the Padres a chance to win. In fact, San Diego 3-1 in Perdomo's last 4 starts. It's just going to be a question of, can he minimize the walks? Because I think if he does that here, forces Cleveland to hit their way to scoring runs. Sometimes we've seen Cleveland's offense not get those clutch hits when they've needed it. That's been a big problem for this team at times this season. So get that control harnessed in if I'm Luis Perdomo, and maybe I give my team a chance to hang around here in this one. For Trevor Bauer, he was a lot better last time out against Texas. June 28 at home against the Rangers, 1 run in 6.1 innings. That's probably the best start he's had all season long. But that home ERA is still 4.69 for the season. Not great, 5.24. Last 3 starts, he has been better. I'll give him that. It's a guy I don't really trust. I certainly don't want to lay a price with him in this range. 3.15 ERA, though, in his last 3 starts. So current form-wise, Trevor Bauer has been a little bit better. 8 runs allowed in his last 20 innings of work. If I had to bet this one, I'm probably not going to have a big on it either way, side or total. I might take a wild little stab at the Padres in the first 5 innings in this game, that maybe Perdomo can lower the walks and maybe take Cleveland a bit by surprise. I believe he hasn't faced Cleveland before. He has not. So that could be an advantage as well for Perdomo in this start. So I might take a small flyer with San Diego first 5 innings because, again, Indian bullpen to the Padre bullpen, a little bit of an edge for Cleveland. So San Diego first 5 might be something I do a little pizza money bet on before first pitch.
Yeah, I like that handicapping angle, actually. And what? So if Cleveland's going off at -220, so what, San Diego would be +190-ish, depending on the book, how much they want to take juice for themselves at that high price. But on a 5 inning, what do you think you could find San Diego at?
In a 5 inning line, I would think they would be right now. I think they'd be about +170, 65.
Okay.
I think on a 5 inning line. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit less than they would be on the full game money line, but 5 inning, I think you'll still get north of +160. I'm pretty confident saying that. It's just a question of is it 65, 70. I think it'll be somewhere in that range, though.
Okay. Well, good stuff, Ian. Are you celebrating the 4th north of the border?
I am. I wish all my American friends a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I know political scene is a little bit chaotic there right now, but I've met a lot of great Americans, Drew. You're one of them. A bunch of other people I know from the United States that I'm good friends with, that I talk to regularly, that I've met up with in the past. Good people in the United States. I know many of them. Jeff and Donnie, too. Very good friends of mine they've become since joining SBR. So people in the United States, including a lot of our viewers, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Cash some baseball winners today. Enjoy the fireworks, enjoy your barbecues, and enjoy the holiday.
Yeah,
and stay safe.
Well said, Ian. And yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully we get you on the right side of these line moves. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe. If you have time tomorrow, please tune in to the roundtable tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, where Jeff and Donnie join us, and we'll hit on all things sports betting, and plus some college football as well. So it should be fun. So stay safe, enjoy the family and friends, have some Budweiser, some watermelon, some grill some burgers, do whatever you're doing, man. But do it safe and have fun. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Good luck, everybody.